Hello everyone, and welcome to Monsters and Memories, an indie dev, non-Kickstarter, old-school MMORPG project currently scheduled for early access release about a year from now. If you're curious about this classic-style multiplayer role-playing game, stay tuned, because today I'm sharing gameplay footage from last weekend's stress test. The races, intriguing, the classes, plentiful, the character sheets, deep as a lore rabbit hole. It's giving just the right mix of high fantasy and crunchy old school graphics. At first, I was 100% dead set on being a goblin. I mean, let's be real, that's just who I am spiritually. But of course, I ended up going with the attractive elf lady. Typical sweaty gamer behavior. Oh wow, look at this madness. As you can see, there are way too many options to min-max your character sheet with. It's giving Spreadsheet Simulator in the best possible way. So, better brush up on that classic MMO brain rot, boys. We're theory crafting tonight. Ah yes, that moment where you take your first steps into a brand new world. Just as confusing as real life, honestly. As you can see here, I've chosen to play as an elven druid. Naturally, I immediately spawned myself into the hardest to navigate forest imaginable. Classic. Not gonna lie, I have no clue what all these merchants are doing, just standing around in perfect little lines like some kind of economy-themed cult. Why are y'all posted up like you're waiting for the moon god to bless your price tags? Weird behavior? Deeply suspicious? I don't trust it. Pro tip, don't forget to right-click the paperwork in your inventory after creating a new toon. In games like these, it really helps.
Greetings, Wanderer. The Circle of Scarce Rains invites those in tune with nature to gather at our headquarters in Saltbreeze Park, located in the center of Night Harbor, below High Point Terrace and its Great Guild Hall. To find your way, remember that our sun, Eth, shines its life-giving rays from the east to the west. May the merciful Crevea watch over you.
I didn't quite understand what she meant by that until I worked up the courage to venture into the wilds. Let me tell you right now, the wilds in Monsters and Memories, absolutely brutal. There's no /location command for corpse retrieval. None. Zero. You're on your own out there, Chief. So unless you plan on sniffing out your own rotting remains like a sad little truffle pig, you better start making friends with literally anyone who can summon your dead body. This world is mysterious and full of tiny elf ladies wandering around. I just know she dropped some sick loot. Too bad I'm just a tiny level 1 forest baby out here, because this lady, she'd absolutely body me. Massive danger. We're leaving immediately. I don't get why everyone in the old school MMORPG community roasts me for choosing to flaunt what I got. Like, chill. I'm still a sweaty neckbeard at heart. Just tragically trapped in the cursed vessel of an elven e-girl. Oh, the suffering, the duality, the pain of being hot and chronically online. The only downside to not wearing your armor, yeah, you take more damage. Wild concept, I know. Totally groundbreaking MMO science. Who could have guessed that running around in your fantasy lingerie has consequences? I thought I could probably take on a bat, right? Guess not. First rule of life, never get hit. Yeah, I must have missed that memo. Would love to purchase a /loot all command if anyone's selling. Am I missing something here? Oh well, at least the character info UI is looking kinda cute. Sparkly stats make the pain go down smoother. There's truly nothing better than the bittersweet jank of a classic MMO, especially one still cooking in development. It's like comfort food for the soul, if the food occasionally bugs out and deletes your shoes. This game gets very dark at night, both literally and emotionally, and yes, you will die. If I can offer one piece of wisdom, don't pick the foraging skill like I did. Pick the infrared vision instead. Trust me, this is the way. Good luck dodging mob aggro at night. Remember, adventurers, always carry a torch. Me? Oh, I didn't bring one because I'm a noob. A humble, clueless noob, wandering blindly into danger like it's a personality trait. Oh wait, now that we've once again narrowly and gracefully avoided certain death, it is only fitting we commemorate this triumph. Come, let us pose for a most noble elfie. Eventually, I met a chill bro who grouped up with me, a level 1 noob druid. We killed one mob and immediately realized this starting forest is seriously overcamped. Oh boy, I wandered this tangled forest for what felt like eternity. And I can confirm with great sorrow that lower level mobs are few and far between. 'Tis a harsh realm for humble fledglings seeking to grind. Alas, no easy EXP shall be found here, but fret not, brave travelers. Time to pack it up and move on to the next zone of existence. Classic MMO vibes. And honestly, during test phases like these, there's no shame in rolling a million alts to get around the world a bit faster. Okay. See you later, buddy. Good luck out there. Rest in pieces, itches. You weird little legend. That was a close one. Barely made it out in one piece. Man, I really need to get more into pet taming in games like this. It looks like a lot of fun. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. Let me just sit here and meditate on that idea for a minute. Meditation complete. Time to make like a tree and leaf. Goodbye, tangled forest paths. Hello, overpriced vendor wares and tightly packed quest hubs. Time to roll a new tune. This time with a starting town that actually has level 1 mobs you can find without needing a search party. Let's go! Alright, here we are just outside Night Harbor. A dusty little city, but it's poppin', so I'm not complaining. Important note for my fellow casters. You must sit down to memorize your spells. Just don't die in a weird spot or your spellbook will be stuck on your corpse. Yup, that's a thing. Wild, right? Anyway, time to venture into the night, farm a little XP, grab some copper, and start moonbeaming my enemies into the afterlife. Grats to me! Took down one enemy. We feast tonight. After a long, grueling day of vanquishing exactly one bat, truly a feat of legend, I have stumbled upon a bathhouse lost to time. The steam rises like a whisper. The waters beckon with a gentle hum. Could it be a place of rest? A reward for my bravery? Yes, this is my destiny. Alright, enough luxuriating in the sacred waters of barely earned triumph. The steam has cleared, and so must my mind. Time to go figure out my life. Thankfully, Night Harbor has signs everywhere. The Shaded Bloom Inn has everything you need, and then some. Just don't mind the fact that Monsters and Memories has no sprint button. Nope, totally fine. No, really, it's fine. I love walking dramatically everywhere like I'm in a slow burn fantasy novel. Builds character, definitely not crying. Ready to party, gamers? Finally tracked down the tavern, and honestly, vibes are immaculate. Only downside, some dude's sword is currently clipping directly through my butt cheeks. The merchants in Monsters and Memories are a little picky. They only buy stuff they actually care about. Shout out to that random NPC lady. I love her. I want her to be my mother now.
Yo, is that Serafina again on the loot? Bro, she's the reason this place is popping.
Oh, for real. She brought the heat so hard last night.
So many cute little places for an elven e-girl to take a bath. 10 out of 10 vibes. We're moist enough onward travelers? Luckily, most of the trash loot you find outside the gates is meat and animal bits, and the cook in the Shaded Bloom, he buys all of it. Honestly, same energy, bro. No self-respect. Love it. Alright, back to business. Okay, no, this is not going as planned. Running from my problems has never worked before, but I'll be 6 feet under before I ever stop trying. Thanks again, Mr. Guard. You're doing your best, I think. Well, that's some interesting clipping action we've got going on here, isn't it? I guess there's water underneath us and all around us. Totally fine. Totally not drowning. Sun's out, buns out. Woo! Freedom! Let the breeze hit those cheeks, baby. We earned this.
The young druid faced the sand snake, her heart racing as she summoned a flickering moonbeam. The serpent struck with deadly speed, but she dodged, her pulse sinking with the earth. With a final surge, she unleashed a burst of moonlight, forcing the snake to retreat, wounded, but not vanquished. She stood, breathless. This was her first taste of true battle. The Rat King, once a tyrant of the sewers, fell in the wake of the Druid noob's final swing. Her staff struck true, ending his reign with a single blow. The rats scattered, and she stood victorious, breathless, finally. Her first ding.
Ding! Grats me! Time to do it all over again. Time to visit the Druid spell vendor and grab my scrolls. There's a helpful wiki, by the way, with high-res maps and guides. I'll link it below. Don't be like me and run around aimlessly for hours. 3 hours. 3 whole hours. I've walked these cobbled streets so many times I could probably sketch them from memory. Poorly. Every alley looks the same. Every sign mocks me. I could look up a map, sure. But no, I won't. That would mean admitting defeat. And I'm too deep in this pride spiral now. If I'm going to waste my life, I'll do it with honor and blistered feet. Wow, incredible. Only took 10 whole minutes of barefoot elf jogging from the gates to the Druid scrolls. Love that for us. Truly a journey of self-discovery, poor navigation skills, and raw determination. But hey, we made it. Eventually. Vendor your wildlife trash to afford your scrolls, folks. It's rough out here for a level 2 baby druid. Now that I can finally afford my spells, someone actually invited me to join as a healer. Thanks, buddy. Perhaps one day we'll brave the sun-scorched dunes and finally reach that ominous castle looming in the distance. Perhaps one day we'll cross a zone line without glitching into the void. Perhaps, but not today. Today, we lag in solidarity. We head into the dunes, but quickly realize we need to be more careful. Luckily, corpses are only about a 5-minute jog from the city gates, plus another 5 minutes for the zone to load. Laughs in classic MMO. Sometimes in this life, it's okay to run from a bad pull, even if your party wipes. Just try to hit the zone line before you drop. It helps. Another death, another $1. Oh well, perhaps there's some sort of greater meaning to all of this. So what's our purpose to exist in this world anyway? Educate me, oh great mother.
Myths tell of a time when our world was first born, and Eth, the bright mother above, gazed lovingly down upon her creation. Eth's sister sun grew dark with jealousy and lashed out violently at the young world. Eth immediately banished her sister, Fear, to the edge of the heavens. But alas, the damage was done. The power of the dark sun's assault tore deep into the ether. Over time, the wound healed, but beneath the surface of the world, malignance and corruption remain. The stone and soil are far from alone in harboring the aftermath of the assault, as the very barriers that shield us from nightmarish realities creak and ooze, both on Ether's surface and deep below. The deep spans the entirety of Eth-Ur. Great plains of darkness, sunless rivers, and bioluminescent seas create a world under our world. Its inhabitants and their cultures are as varied as those of the surface world, but it is fair to assume that their proximity to the corruption at Ether's core plays a role in what you'll encounter.
Okay, chat, that's all for now. But don't worry, I've got more gameplay footage from last weekend's stress test. Drop a comment if you want to see more. Monsters and Memories has a vast world to explore. This much is clear. Do you think we'll be adventuring through it in a year's time for the early access launch? What do you think it'll be like? Let me know if you know, because I don't know. Thanks for watching. Until next time, fellow adventurers.